students. Welcome to the lecture on Search Engine Marketing, SEM. And after the lecture, we will be able to learn the following objectives. 1. Explain the search, research, and positioning. 2. Describe the methods and metrics of SEM process. 3. Understand the concept of pay-per-click, PPC. 4. Describe the web analytics. 5. Explain the cost per impression, CPI. And 6. Describe the page view. Let's start with a brief introduction to search engine marketing. Search engine marketing, SEM, which allows firms to target consumers by placing ads on search engines, has proven to be an effective audience acquisition strategy. Unlike traditional online advertising, advertisers pay only when users actually click on an ad. When successfully implemented, SEM can generate steady traffic levels and tremendous return on investment, ROI.
Not networks, not computers, but we're going to start a little bit with history. We're going to start explaining a little bit about the telecommunications, and then we're going to talk a little bit about its background, some of the phrases that are used, some of the ideas that are still in place today. In fact, some of these ideas are used by our data friends when they put up local area networks and when they interact with the internet. You know, a lot has happened since Alexander Graham Bell created the telephone many years ago. When he called for Watson, he poured acid on his hand by accident and he said, "Watson, I need you, come here." A lot has happened since then, but a lot has remained the same since then. And if you remember, or if you've seen any pictures of old telephones and things like that, we're going to start looking at some of those old concepts that are still used today. The telecom industry has really changed a lot, yet at the same time it's stayed the same in a lot of areas. But for years, the telecom industry in America was pretty much owned by AT&T. It had the right, according to the U.S. government, to be the supplier of voice communications in America for a very long time. And it was actually, if I believe right, it was actually started by Alexander Graham Bell many years ago. I think that was his company, AT&T, and it blew up to where one end of the country to the other was completely controlled by AT&T. And it controlled the rates, it controlled local access, it controlled telephone numbers, it controlled everything. And you could not do anything without their permission when it came to telecom. In fact, there was an interesting situation that happened in 1959, and that is Thomas Carter invented a thing called the Carter phone. And the Carter phone was an acoustic coupler that connected the telephone system with radios. One of the issues with Thomas Carter was that he had many oil wells out in Texas. And he'd go out to an oil well and he'd find out that, you know, it didn't completely fill up the reserve tank. So he created this little cartophone to help communicate with his people out in the field, also to communicate, telling him when this oil storage facility was filled and needed to be emptied. Well, what happened was AT&T didn't like that because it was connected to what they said was their network. I personally think they were wrong, because it's not their network, it was owned by the taxpayers and citizens of the United States. But to make a long story short, it went to court. 8 years later, the FCC decided that it was okay that Carter could attach his cartophone to the telephone system, because there was no way it could prove that that attachment to the telephone system hindered or in any way damaged that phone system. From AT&T. That started a revolution. What you had after that is you had answering machines, and then you had fax machines, and then you had modems, and you had a lot of other devices that were attached. And more AT&T fought a lot of this stuff. I remember once I was at my in-laws' house in Pennsylvania, and they asked me to hook up a telephone. I was already in telecom. I was working in the Marine Corps telecommunications, and I said, yeah, I'd be happy to hook up that phone. And I had to do something. I forget what it was. So many years ago, I had to do something. I had to talk to AT&T, and AT&T said, you can't hook up that phone. And I said, yes, I can. And then, no, it has to be an AT&T phone. I said, no, it does not. The FCC, I think it's Article 68, says that as long as it meets certain standards, you can hook up another device to the phone system. And I remember them getting really upset with me, probably because the local folks didn't know what the law was, and the law had recently changed at that point. But to make a long story short, AT&T has dragged its feet for years. And then came along another company.
Let's discuss the search, research, and positioning. Market research companies evaluating brand positioning and a related communication strategy to position a brand within a category. Find firms to conduct research to determine the most effective brand positioning and strategic marketing efforts to achieve it. Mechanics of search. Search engines have spiders, robot programs that follow links from page to page and site to site, collecting page information. This data is then incorporated into a search index, a rapidly searchable representation of the page text. Search research concept and benefits. Search Concepts provides month-to-month search engine and social media marketing services to web businesses of all sizes. Whether one is an Incorporated 500 enterprise or a small startup, one receives the dedicated team determined to increase websites' ROI. Search positioning, concept and benefits. Concept. Though the term search engine positioning is a little more antiquated sounding than search engine optimization, it has some interesting connotations that may bridge the gap between marketing people who are savvy about the internet and those who aren't up to speed on the ever-changing face of the search marketing world. Benefits. Benefits of search engine marketing, SEO. Company industries can use search engine optimization providers with a purpose to effectively make their ID known throughout the world large web. Online businesses can use each on-web page and off-web page optimization as a way to rank within the prime of search outcomes throughout the main search engines. Search engine marketing plays an important position in being able to goal the best traffic on this website. SEO is an investment on the firm to make, but with the elevated site visitors and gross sales, one will have an optimistic return in the investment. Not only will SEO make the website seen more, it is also a good way to advertise the campaign one is using to market the organization inside the world vast web. We shall now talk about the methods and metrics of the SEM process. Tools of SEM. SEM is really the main tool that keeps search engine companies in business. We primarily refer to two important platforms that have been popularized by Google, Google AdWords and Google AdSense. The SEM process. The SEM process comprises several phases: planning and research, content creation, campaign monitoring and analysis, and campaign refinements. Methods. Paid placement is also popularly referred to or termed as pay-per-click model. In this, the marketers pay only when their ads are clicked upon by users, after which they land up on the respective client website. Metrics. Search engine marketing. The times, they are changing. Though industry changes have become, well, routine over the years, things are going to get pretty rough for search engine marketers. Use the Google Webmaster Tool. Tools. Not only are Google Webmaster Tools a great way to make sure that the website is accurately indexed, it provides search query data that will help fill in the blanks in the analytics account. One can track the query, number of impressions, number of clicks, CTR, and average position in the listings. Did you know the GPS project was developed in 1973 to overcome the limitations of previous navigation systems? Types of SEM. The two main types of search marketing: 1. Paid search engine marketing, PPC. 2. Organic search engine marketing. Paid search engine marketing, PPC. Most New Zealand business owners have heard of Google AdWords, even if they haven't used it. If one is not familiar with this type of search engine advertising, here's a graphic to show what one is talking about. Organic search engine marketing. Now, one is getting to the other way of generating search engine traffic. The organic or natural search listings are not paid for. They are what one probably thinks of when one talks about the top 10 on Google. Analysis and review. Search engine marketing, SEM, basically is a type of e-marketing through which webmasters can promote their websites by raising their visibility in search engines results. Search engine marketing, SEM, includes different methods such as paid placement, contextual advertising, and paid inclusions. Let's now move to web analytics. Web analytics can drive higher profits, improve the customer experience, and create measurable value to the business. Drawing explores the key concepts, techniques, and practices of web analytics and how one can successfully promote the use of web analytics within the organization. History. Marketers want to know if their websites are attracting visitors and whether or not their investment is paying off. With web analytics, one can identify website trends. One will also understand how visitors interact with the website. One can identify the navigational choke points that prevent visitors from completing their conversion goals. Determine needs. Most business websites offer visitors a number of activities to engage in that will satisfy the visitor's goals and contribute to the business's bottom line. These activities usually consist of a multi-step process by which visitors can fulfill their intentions. Identify goals. The next step is to identify the key activities and actions that one wants to improve, quantifying the objectives. The objectives will depend on the nature of the business website. Define metrics. With so much data available from web servers, what's the most important thing to measure? The most important metric is that which helps improve the site. Jim Stern, Web Metrics. Collect data. Measurement tools. The basic unit used for website accounting is the log file. It captures the micro details of every user interaction. Personal information is not included in log file analysis. In the beginning, log file analysis was the only tool available for web measurement and analysis. Data collection. There are two types of web analytics tools for collecting data: those using web server log data and those using page tagging with JavaScript. Client-side solutions work. Sign up for the service, pay upfront installation, or setup fees and monthly fees based on traffic volume and website transactions. Record data. One must start with a baseline from which to measure the expected changes. One should also import this information into a key performance indicators worksheet so everyone involved will be informed and can monitor the effect of website changes. Test improvement strategies. Different conversion rates. Note that the sales process is not only important multi-step process that can be measured. There are a number of different conversion rates worthy of measurement on most business websites. Measure results. In the past, few marketers were tracking conversions, much less return on investment, ROI, for marketing initiatives. In fact, many marketers thought search marketing campaigns were too hard to measure. A 2003 industry study reported that 3 in 10 marketers were not measuring search campaigns, while 4 in 10 were using outdated web metrics such as click-through. Start again. Once finished with the process, the only thing left to do is start it all over again. Continuously monitoring the conversions and adjusting the goals and metrics will allow one to stay ahead of the competition. They say knowing is half the battle, and this methodology is designed to get one there. Installations and considerations. Before starting the installation, one needs to know what one wants to use PHP for. There are 3 main fields one can use PHP: websites and web applications, server-side scripting, command line scripting, desktop GUI applications. Digital analytics, best practices. Digital analytics is a foundation for marketers and analysts seeking to understand the core principles of digital analytics and to improve business performance through better digital measurement. When asked to define pay-per-click, one tells their client that PPC is a very cost-effective means to get their site noticed by the target audience, while other internet marketing strategies are gradually helping their site achieve their natural ranking potential. Cost per impression. CPI, also known as cost per mile, CPM, cost per impression, CPI, refers to the rate that an advertiser has agreed to pay per 1,000 views of a particular advertisement. A website that serves ads based on CPI doesn't need the user to click on the ad. Each appearance of the ad in front of a user counts as one impression. Types of PPC. Different types of pay-per-click advertisements. Text ads. Text ads are created through links using the most prominent keywords that are related to the business. As customers click on the link, they will be directed towards the targeted page. Image ads. In image ads, an image of the products or services related to the business will be displayed on any other correlated web page. Once users click on the image, they will land on the desired web page. Video ads. Video ads are a great way to grab the attention of the targeted audience. In this type of PPC campaign, a short film will be shot based on the products and services of the business. The link will be placed on the video resources like YouTube. One needs to pay the advertiser only when the audience clicks to watch that advertisement. Benefits of using pay-per-click ads. Instant search visibility. For businesses that do not have strong search engine visibility, pay-per-click advertising is a method used to gain visibility on search engines. If done correctly, PPC ads can be the fastest way of driving traffic to the website. Measurable results. Pay-per-click advertisements makes it easy to measure the traffic to the website. The number of click-through rates measures the number of visitors to the website. Cost per click also measures the traffic inflow. Cost effective. Pay-per-click is one of the most cost-effective means of promoting products and services of a business. In contrast to other advertising methods, in PPC, advertisements one needs to make payment only when the ad gets clicked by a visitor. MAAS, M-A-A-S, pros pay-per-click advertisement services include creation of relevant PPC ads to enhance visibility and traffic, relevant and quality traffic targeted advertising, time-to-time reporting on the performance of the ads, enhancing brand visibility on search engines, increased conversion rates. Flat rate PPC. Flat rate PPC is where the advertiser and publisher, search engine, agree upon a fixed amount that will be paid for each click. The publisher has a rate that determines the cost per click, or CPC, based on the competition of the term, meaning how many other people want to pay for that click too. Bid-based PPC. With bid-based PPC, the advertiser signs a contract that allows them to compete against other advertisers in an advertising network, such as Google AdWords or Microsoft Ad Center. Each advertiser sets the maximum amount that he or she is willing to pay in an auction for a given ad spot based on a keyword. Search Engine Results Page, SERP. A search engine results page, SERP, is the list of results that a search engine returns in response to a specific word or phrase query. Each listing includes the linked web page title, the linked page URL, uniform resource locator, a brief description of the page content, and, in some cases, links to points of interest within the website. Click-through rate, CTR. Click-through rate, CTR, is a measure of the percentage of clicks advertisers receive out of total ad impressions. Definition of click-through rate, CTR. The percentage of individuals viewing a web page who click on a specific advertisement that appears on the page. Click-through rate measures how successful an ad has been in capturing users' interests. The higher the click-through rate, the more successful the ad has been in generating interest. Let's explore the cost per impression. CPI is an advertising term that stands for cost per impressions. Website owners who have CPI advertising programs sell banner advertising at a cost per impression rate. Advantages: cheaper, yet focused recruitment strategy. Appropriate use of keywords increases the conversion ratio. Example, fraction of applicants among all visitors. This method has been reported to bring in higher quality applications also. Purpose: Google AdWords cost per impression. Some online advertising for numerous clients across 3 different online advertising medias: Google AdWords, LinkedIn direct ads, and Facebook ads. It is found that the Google AdWords cost per impression is significantly different from LinkedIn direct ads and Facebook. Cost per impression. Google equals $1.44 per 1,000 impressions. LinkedIn equals 10 cents per 1,000 impressions. Facebook equals 19 cents per 1,000 impressions. Impression and page view. Page views. When a web user visits one of the pages on the website, it counts as one page view. Each visitor has at least one page view. The page he lands on, whether it is the home page or another page that comes up in a search. When a visitor clicks over to another page, the second page gets a page view. Importance: both page views and impressions give a sense of the website's success. A low page view count can indicate a problem, such as poor website design, a need for calls to action, confusing content, or poor search engine optimization. How to track. Tracking page views and impressions requires a web analytics program like Google Analytics. After signing up for a program, it will generate a piece of code that one inserts into all of the pages of the website. The code tracks all the site behavior and reports it to the analytics account. Now, in the end, let us summarize what we have learned in this lecture. Search engine marketing, SEM, which allows firms to target consumers by placing ads on search engines, has proven to be an effective audience acquisition strategy. Search engines have spiders, robot programs that follow links from page to page and site to site, collecting page information. Search engine optimization is concerned mainly with improving the website itself, including directory submissions and link building. in order to increase its visibility in the search engines, while search engine marketing is concerned with promoting a site externally. Paid placement is also popularly referred to or termed as pay-per-click model. In this, the marketers pay only when their ads are clicked upon by users, after which they land up on the respective client website.